2025 was an utter surprise when it comes to films that released. And there were incredible films dropped throughout the year. You know, you have Thunderbolts, and then obviously you had Fantastic Four and Superman. And obviously you had Tron Ares, which was a massive surprise. And then you had, obviously at the end of the year, the big kahuna itself, Avatar Fire and Ash releasing. So I feel like 2025 was an utter success for films, even though a lot of films that, you know, I wish had performed better ended up underperforming. But I really think it was a massive success. And a lot of those films became kind of like evident that I wanted to see in theaters. And I became super anticipated to see those, you know, back at the beginning of 2025. So I feel like now in 2026, something similar has happened to me, and I am super anticipating the release of several movies. But I feel like right now, I have to narrow it down to 5 films that I, for sure, am just itching to go see in theaters. Now, obviously, this list is not being made in any particular order, but I feel like all these films I do want to see in theaters. Theoretically speaking, I would love to go see these movies in theaters. So, which one would I put on that list? What would be the first movie to put on that list? Well, obviously, it's a movie that is coming out very soon in the month of March, and that is none other than Project Hail Mary. This is a story that I had no knowledge or no understanding of until I heard about a lot of people that it's based on a book, and it's very interesting and fun and a very good family film. So I really think this would be a great film to go see in theaters. Ryan Gosling is always a great act, and seeing him sort of like interact with this like little rock-based alien, I'm just all for it. And I love that the most recent Super Bowl ad truly gave me the Interstellar vibes that I absolutely love. So having that, you know, cobbled with the fact that this is sort of like a sci-fi adventure, and you know, seeing 2 complete different species kind of interact to kind of save the universe, I'm all down for this, and truly, definitely on my list to go see in theaters. Project Hail Mary is definitely up there. Now, coming out in April, it is no surprise that this movie is going to be a massive success. And I know what you're thinking. I'm not talking about the Mario movie. I'm talking about another person with the M in their name, and that's Michael. I am 100% down to go see Michael in theaters. I saw these trailers back to back. Like, honestly, I've seen the 2 trailers that have released as of recently back to back several times. And trust me when I say this, it is probably one of the best trailers I have seen to a movie. As an editor, I have literally watched these trailers in absolute awe at what they were capable of doing in, I think, 1 minute and 30 seconds or 2 minutes. I'm just looking at this, I'm like, oh my God, I just need to buy a ticket right now. And seeing Jafar Jackson play his uncle, like, this is just on a whole other level. And I'm almost certain that he is going to be voicing and singing, you know, Michael Jackson's songs. I'm honestly at a loss for words. This is definitely the type of movie I just want to go and sit in a theater and enjoy, because I just want to be enveloped by Michael Jackson's music. Now, number 3, I've already mentioned on this channel how much I love Spider-Man. I think he's one of my favorite superheroes. So I feel like it is no secret that after the massive success that Spider-Man No Way Home was, which I absolutely loved, it's no secret that I would not miss this opportunity to go see Spider-Man Brand New Day in theaters. I am loving the new suit that they made for Tom. He looks awesome. I feel like it's a combination of like the suit that he had at the very end of No Way Home that was all stitched, mixed in with, you know, Toby and Andrew's suit, mixed in with like the animated, like comic book accurate version of the Spider-Man suit, and taking away all the technology, to me is awesome. Like for me, deep down, I never really digged the idea that Spider-Man had all this technology with him, you know, in his, you know, suit, and he was kind of like what most people refer to as like mini Iron Man. That was never really something that I liked or enjoyed. So I honestly am loving the new suit. I'm loving that he's like more grounded now. It looks more like the version of Spider-Man that I actually enjoyed. So I'm really excited for this. I have very little idea as to what the story is going to be about. I know that it involves Scorpion in some sort of way, so I'm really interested in seeing how that's going to tie in to the greater MCU, and possibly speaking, the end credit sequence of Brand New Day might be something that leads into a movie we're going to be talking about a little bit later, but I'm going to hold that one off for later. But yeah, I'm very excited to see Brand New Day in theaters, and obviously see what Spider-Man has been up to since meeting two other versions of himself. Now, at the number 2 spot, I have to say, this is not the type of movie I would want to go see in theaters, but there's just this thing that is itching within me to go see this in theaters, even though it is probably not gonna be a movie that I see in theaters, which is weird. I'm conflicted. This is on the 50-50 scale of me wanting to go see in theaters. So bear that in mind when I talk about this movie. But it's the Odyssey, okay? And why is it on the 50-50 scale for me? Because obviously, Spartan stories have never like drawn me, like it has never like gripped me enough to say, hey, you need to go see this in theaters, you know, like grab me by the collar and be like, hey, go see it. Like it's never been like that. Those have never been the type of movies that kind of really retained my attention to go see in theaters. But there's one thing this entire movie, even if it's like 20 minutes of the movie, it is something that I would pay to go see. And this is something that I said back when they announced this movie, that Christopher Nolan was making the Odyssey. This is the one thing that I want to go see in theaters. And it's the Trojan Horse. That is the one thing this entire movie that I want to see in theaters. It's crazy. Why would you pay a ticket just to go see 20 minutes of a movie? Mind you, there have been crazy people who bought a ticket to see a movie that they didn't even want to see a trailer before that movie. So I just want you to know, 20 minutes of a movie? Hey, I don't think I'm that crazy. But I believe that is probably the biggest thing that I want to see in theaters. And it's the Trojan Horse. I said it. When they announced it, I want to see the Trojan Horse. That thing is going to be massive. And if I know Christopher Nolan, he built it. He built the Trojan Horse that I have been reading. This is a story that I have read in high school, in middle school. We've all read excerpts of the Odyssey in one way or another. But it's definitely that one thing. The Trojan Horse is definitely that one thing that I would love to see on the big screen. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot that I would want to go see in this movie. But I'm really excited that Christopher Nolan is going to take this epic story and transform it into a film. And I just can't wait to see this movie, specifically for the Trojan Horse. Now, before I mention my 5th and final movie on this list, I have to mention some honorable mentions here. Movies that I probably will not go see in theaters. But there's like a 15 to 20% chance that I say, you know what, maybe today I'll drive to the theater to go see. And these are some movies that I'm just like, maybe this could be an option. Moana, the live action Moana, which has an epic trailer that after I watched that trailer, I watched it like 5 other times because I just love that trailer. And I can't wait to see this movie. So there's a possibility that I go see this movie in theaters in its live action form. But yeah, Moana. Definitely Moana is in there. Another movie, Supergirl. Superman was great. I think it was a great film. It was fun. It used, the John Williams theme. It was great. Now they have to tell the story of Kara from this universe, which isn't the Kara that Sasha Calle played when she played hers, which I also love, by the way. I love that version of Supergirl. But I think seeing Millie Alcock play her now in the new DCU, I'm really excited to see her. I'm really excited to see her. Not a movie that I would say that like, oh, I need to go see it in theaters, but there's that little 20% chance that I may say like, hey, I want to go see this in theaters. So yeah, there's definitely a possibility in there. And another one as well in that list is Disclosure Day, which is that new sci-fi movie by Steven Spielberg. I watched the trailer that they posted after the Super Bowl, or during the Super Bowl, I should say. I'm really excited. They show UFO in that one, and UFO is a go. I'm in. Like, you show me UFO, I'm in. Not a movie that I look at and I'm like, I gotta go see this in theaters. Not the type of movie that says that, but there is that 20% chance that I might want to go see it. So, just saying, Disclosure Day looks really interesting. Could be a possibility. And the last two of the honorable mentions that I gotta mention is, obviously, we got a new Star Wars movie coming out, and it's The Mandalorian and Grogu. Definitely a movie that I want to go see. Again, not the one that I want to see in theaters, but a movie that I definitely want to see. Again, 20% chance. Kind of looks just like a big hour and a half, 2-hour episode of The Mandalorian. Maybe we are wrong. And I'm crossing my fingers that we are wrong. And that this is something substantially different and unique and incorporates a lot of great characters. So yeah, want to see the movie, 20% chance I might go see it in theaters. And the final one that I'm putting on this list, because I feel like it deserves at least a mention here. Even though I did not grow up with this series, I feel like after the trailer, there is that 20% chance that I might want to go see in theaters, and that is Masters of the Universe. Seeing He-Man on screen and, all these characters who I don't know personally. So honestly, I'm just basing this off of the trailer. I just know 2 characters. I know He-Man and I know Skeletor. Those are the 2 characters that I know. Don't come for me, okay? I did not grow up with Masters of the Universe. But this movie looks really fun, really interesting. There's still that 20% chance that I go see it in theaters. But then again, those are my honorable mentions. These are the type of movies that I will maybe see in theaters. But definitely interesting films nonetheless. Now, obviously, to cap it all off, to cap this top 5 films that I'm very excited to go see in theaters, I think you guys already know what I'm going to say. It's pretty freaking obvious. If the background of my video wasn't a massive clue to start with, it's obviously Avengers Doomsday. This movie is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And I know that because obviously I watch John Campea, and John Campea already has deets and information about this movie. So I am truly interested in seeing where this movie goes. I mean, this one is a definitive movie that I will see in theaters. This is a definitive, I will go see this in theaters, period. Even if it has to be the day of or opening night. I want to go see this movie in theaters and be in a room with a bunch of people who want to experience where the Avengers are going and what kind of complete madness is to come from this film, with, you know, Xavier coming back and Magneto and Cyclops and, you know, having all the classic X-Men come back to play characters. And then you have, obviously, Shuri, and you have, you know, Namor, and then you have the Fantastic Four coming in, and Chris Evans is coming back to play Captain America. It's just absolute joy to think about seeing all these different actors come in and play in an Avengers film, and having Robert Downey Jr. come back and play Doctor Doom, and hopefully maybe see him play, you know, Tony Stark once again, come in from a multiverse of some kind. You know what? That's where I'm going to just leave it. I'm super excited. I'm super excited for Avengers Doomsday, and I cannot wait to see this in theaters. Oh man, so excited. So yeah, those are the top 5 films I definitely want to go see in theaters. Again, no particular order, but definitely films that are probably above the 70% chance that I want to go see in theaters, minus obviously the honorable mentions that I've mentioned before. But oh man, I am excited for 2026 when it comes to the cinemas and the movie theaters. So man, I'm just ready. I'm just heating up my popcorn, ready to go see this movies. And again, I want to hear from you. What do you guys think? Do you think that these movies are going to be a success story? Do you think that they're going to be fun additions to the movie theaters? And obviously, I just want to see how every single one of these movies pans out. You know, I want to see how well they do at the box office. I want to see new lore be given to people. I just want people to celebrate films and the movie theater and movie going experience. That's what I want. That is my true and utter joy, is to see people going out to see these movies and have fun. So again, that's my list. That's my list of movies that I want to see people go out and have fun and enjoy. And I know for a fact that I'm definitely wanting to go out and see these movies for myself and be just absolutely immersed in this world. And I want to hear from you. What do you guys think? Is my list comprehensive enough? Is it the type of list that embodies what you want to see? Maybe you have other movies you want to see too. You know, maybe you're the type that wants to go out and see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Man, hey, I want to hear from you. What do you guys think down below? What is your top 5 most anticipated films of the year? Leave them down in the comments, and I want to hear from you. What do you guys think? And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when new videos go live on this channel. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.